Hello, good evening, everyone. It's Saturday evening, another show on Upstreamedia. Today, I'm joined by Tosan. Welcome to the show, Tosan. It's great to have you on. The team has good eye on your journey so far at Princeton. I hope you're well, man.
Yeah, really good. Thanks. I'm excited to be on the show.
Of course, of course. I say, if people don't know, Tosan was with Newcastle D1 season before last, so for the academy side as well, and had a great summer with Team GB. And then obviously this year, still off to USA with Princeton, and I thought tonight we sort of delve it into those teams he's played with and a bit of
hmm
his experiences, to his story a bit. While there's no basketball moment, and to see how he got on. So it's a good year. He played about, I think it was 26 games, started for you. So I thought we'd start with this season and maybe some of your highlights from this season.
yeah. Definitely my first start against Indiana was a big highlight of mine this season. Like it was just uh really good to get the opportunity for my coach to trust me to kind of start in that kind of a game. So that was a lot of fun, and otherwise just building relationships with my teammates and the coaching staff. Something I really enjoyed this year.
Definitely, I say for freshmen to get some starts is a testament to the hard work you guys got in, and obviously the coach team trusting you to play on the court. And I imagine it's been a whirlwind experience, sort of keeping up with the academic side and also the playing side. Um, and obviously, as an experience holds quite a few things that are a bit different. I thought uh, maybe sort of talk a bit about some of the arenas you played in. So I imagine some of them were really good to play in, maybe a bit different from your time with the Eagles and obviously played D1. Bit about that and the some of the best stages you played in this season.
Yeah. So like we had some really good games this year. We played in some amazing arenas. We went to San Francisco and played the Warriors Arena against uh who did we play? I think San Francisco Uni. And then we played at the Barclays Center as well. So that was a lot of fun against Iona. Just like yeah, really amazing venues. Of course, like compared to UK, they aren't quite as grand, but yeah, just really good experiences. Like huge crowds, the atmosphere was crazy. It was a lot of fun.
It sounds amazing. And obviously, when you travel to all these lovely places, do you guys get time to experience the city at all? Was it all work, no play? What's it like traveling to the games from uni to uni? Sort of?
It is. They are kind of business trips. Like non-conference. Like for example, when we went to San Francisco, we did go like 1 or 2 days before the game. And kind go around a little bit. The team went to Alcatraz, just things like that. We had some alumni kind of gatherings and things like that, which was fun. But yeah, especially in league, it's kind of like they're more business trips type approach. Kind of go the night before, stay nearby the venue, and then game day the next day, and then come home that same evening.
Well, I say it sounds like quite a lot of travellers. I imagine quite a lot of the venues there, a bit more spread apart. You guys, I assume you guys are flying to say it's obviously a much bigger country than the UK, and uh, thought if we get a bit more into the game, so obviously you started quite a few, um, and also you got double digit in about four of those games. What are your memories from those games where you did really well with points?
Um, So yeah, and there was a lot of ups and downs in the season, which is to be expected, I guess. But I think highs would be I was on a state game. We ended up losing on the buzzer beater, but that was one of my first starts soon after Indiana. I think that was like a big moment for me. I feel really enjoyed that game. I think Harvard away as well. that was a good game. We lost that on a buzzer beater as well, I think, or in the last like minute or so of the game. Indiana as well. My first start was a pretty good game individually, and yeah, there's just a few which I really enjoyed and managed to get a few points on the board.
Definitely. And I remember I was in my research looking at the Harvard game. There's like 1 or 2 point game difference, and it was your best game for blocks. Do some like the university have more fierce rivalries than others, and what was that like playing in?
I think our rivalry with Penn is just something that's very like historical. It's kind of gone back a long time. So he's been for ever. Like my head coach used to play at Princeton, and he tells us all the time about their rivalry with Penn and how intense the games were. And like it's a similar thing now. Like they due to our format, they are like we play them the first 2 games of the conference. So it was like a back to back with them, and they were just really huge games. We managed to get a win both games this year. But yeah, just really important games with them being the first 2 games of the season and then being against Penn as well.
Definitely, I say I guess it makes it a great spectacle being involved in if you got that fierce rivalry going on. It makes for a good game, and I say it sounds like your freshman year's gone really well. Um, if you to go back to the start of your freshman season, what advice would you give to yourself and maybe also other UK youngsters who are sort of thinking about heading to the US to do their studies?
Just be confident and know you're there for a reason. I'd say not to expect too much necessarily, and just kind of go there and work as hard as you can, do the best you can, and then when the opportunity comes, try and capitalize on it, and just be ready at all times, really, for that opportunity, that call up, whether it's 2 minutes, whether it's 20 minutes, like just be ready at all times, I'd say, and yeah.
Definitely sounds really good advice. So from a fan's perspective, I always hear when players say if college is it's the right fit for me, and I'm really interested to hear what for you made Princeton the right fit for you when you were sort of deciding to come to go there as it was.
Yeah. So I wasn't too sure whether I wanted to actually make the move to America for a while. But then I think just sat down with my academy coach Ian McLeod and kind of looked at places which I thought, yeah, if I make the move, these are like places which I would definitely consider. Princeton was one of them, obviously. Just I think because the academic side, as much as the basketball side, kind of gives you high level of academics and basketball, really having to fight either. So yeah, I went on my official visit to Princeton, and I was just I was like, I knew that was the right fit for me. Pretty much after my visit, that was the only place I ended up visiting, and yeah, just the whole atmosphere and the my teammates, my coaching staff, just everything on my visit just made it quite special. So yeah.
That's, that sounds really good. And I just I was when I was reading it, I say it sounds like Coach Cloud had a really good impact on your career. To say he represented you assistant coach GB, but also Hoops Fix and obviously Newcastle. And I was wondering what sort of best advice he's given you so far in your careers. I'm really interested to hear a bit about that, and maybe some of your other coaches that have inspired you. Say,
Yeah, he's played a really big part in my basketball career so far. Just pretty much since I started playing and taking it seriously, he's always kind of been there, like at Newcastle Eagles camps and whether playing for England or GB. So yeah, he's been a really good coach, a really good mentor. He helped me a lot with the going to the US kind of thing, which I've already mentioned. But I think just on the court, just emphasizing little details and trying to take my game to like a new level. It's almost like last season when I was with the EABL team, we kind of like took a step back to the fundamentals, which I feel is important for me to kind of improve as a player, just to have that solid base and make sure I had kind of enough like the fundamentals and the knowledge to really go and make an impact in the US. And then another coach I'd say is Alan Keane. He's my GB under 18s coach, and yeah, he's just been a really good coach over the 2 years with the national team. Like we have a great relationship off the court as well, which I think helps a lot. Like when you have that kind of relationship with the coach. So I think those two definitely have inspired me a lot to do what I'm doing today.
Definitely. And I say you mentioned a bit about your team GB, and I say you guys had a really great summer tournament in that European Championships. What were some of your memories from that? Because I say it seemed like a really close knit group of guys, and on the court, obviously, guys did really rough. It was the highest that team had done. So hats off to you and the team, and say it'd be great to hear some of your memories and highlights from that time.
Yeah, that was a really great experience again in the summer. Uh, Highlights would be, let's say the last game before the game before the quarterfinals, where you kind of it's the deciding game whether you finish in the top 8 or the bottom 8. Winning that game was huge for us. Kind of makes us it kind of like solidifies your place in Division A for the following season, which is important that we leave the kind of the generation before us after us, sorry, like in a good place. So that was really important, and I think again, just being able to look forward to a quarterfinal game and kind of trying to go somewhere which hadn't been done before at that age group. Unfortunately, we didn't go that far, which it was a bit disappointing. But we had like I don't know. I felt like we improved a lot as a team, and obviously getting that far was an achievement in itself. So yeah, it was. I think as well, just like the camaraderie of the team. Like I'm still in touch with most of the guys. Most of my teammates from both years actually. Yeah, and just lifelong friends really.
That's good. I say it's good to have that camaraderie because you're out there, say, for a good couple of weeks away from home, foreign country. In terms of camaraderie, who was sort of like the funniest guy in the team, or who? What was that like? What was the bonding experience like? And for you guys, say, you guys being friends for life, you obviously create some great memories. So.
Yeah. So over the 2 years, Hosanna is the biggest joker. So we played together in the first year. Just a great person to be around. Like, um, he, he's just always in a good mood. Always wants the best for his teammates. He's always like making jokes and like he's just the funniest guy to be around. And then second year, I feel like um, there was just a few like David Chive, Josh Uduje, Tom Mate. Just I think we just had a really close like group and like leadership core as well, which was just a lot of fun to be around the guys a lot. And then yeah, they were just really supportive throughout the whole championship. Really,
That, I say that's awesome to hear. And a lot of those guys, obviously, you would have been playing against in that D1 last season.
yeah.
Do you remember facing up to the guys, and what was the toughest test? I say, obviously, if you guys know each other from GB, you'd then be rare to play each other again when it's obviously for your clubs and stuff. What was your memories from that season of those guys being your opponents?
Yeah. So last season was so I'd been playing. I was playing against the guys who I I played with the first summer that I played for GB. I think playing against Reading was really fun because obviously Coach Allen is their head coach, and then also Rinze, who I'd been playing with, played for them as well, along with David Chive, who I'd known from other stuff. So that was a really fun game in Newcastle. It went down to the wire. They won in overtime, I think, but that was a lot of fun. Just to go against Allen and Arinze again. Again playing against playing against Hosanna. And then he's teammates with Niall Harris as well. So playing against those two was a lot of fun as well. Playing Maisco, we played them in the cup game, so managed to go in against Mate and Callan. So yeah, just I think, like you said, just looking forward to going against teammates who you'd spent pretty much the whole summer with. It's just something you look forward to. You always want to get one up on your teammates, so it was a lot of fun.
Definitely, it sounds that say watching you guys play that season. Say, I think you all did really well D1 and got yourself on the scene, and obviously reinforced that with GB, and hopefully that's what's led to your journey here. I'm not sure for then. I say obviously it wasn't a great season D1 for Newcastle, but you did really well. People didn't know Tosan did averaged around 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 8.8 blocks. So I say he had a really good season, albeit maybe the club didn't, but I'm sure there's a lot of memories from that time that you'll take on with you, especially the guys with GB and others. As maybe for those guys you mentioned, from the guys that gone to US, I guess we've been in the same time. So, what guys, which one of those have really impressed you this season from their time in America?
So, like say, playing with Drexel, I probably kept up with his games or like how his progress the most, just because with him being so close, in Philadelphia, and then like we played them this year as well, which is again a lot of fun, like being able to match up with him in America. So that like seeing him play and how he's done this year has been a lot of fun and really good. Like just proud to see like one of my boys doing that well. Same with Hosanna in Coastal Carolina. Like straight away you can see his personality come out when he's on the court. So he's always a lot of fun to watch. Ade Adebayo as well in at UC Davis. I think he really showed what he can do defensively this year. So I think just seeing everyone perform in America, having played with them or against them, just something really good to see this year, and I'll continue to look forward to, and hopefully can get a couple more games scheduled against them.
Of course, I'm saying, hopefully you guys get to back next season. Have you guys at all had any word of what the plan is? Obviously, you guys got me thinking about when you'll be able to go back to uni, as also maybe restart next season. Have you heard anything about what the plans are, or is it still quite up in the air at the moment?
I think it's still quite up in the air. We haven't been told anything. I think we're very much waiting for kind of the university and the Ivy League's decision, which of course takes time and like that kind of thing. But no, I think it's still up in the air. The university is deciding whether we're going to return for the fall next year or not. So yeah, we haven't really heard much. We just hopeful, I guess, that things can get going as soon as possible.
Definitely, say fingers crossed. Say I'm sure you're missing basketball just as much as anyone else is, and obviously,
Yeah.
want to keep up your studies. And so you're out there doing economics. What made you decide you want to do economics as well as doing the basketball as well?
Yeah, I think just been an interest of mine since high school. I think taking it for A levels. Obviously, the system in the UK is slightly different. So, with my decision to the US being quite kind of already decided, like if I wasn't going to go, I wanted to study economics in the UK. But in America, you kind of specialize a lot later, so I wouldn't have actually had to make that decision. But I've stuck by it, and it's because the interest I have in the subject. So yeah, that's pretty much how I landed on it.
Definitely. Yeah, let's say obviously you guys got to work hard on and off the court, and maybe for some players feeling about going abroad, maybe get a bit more enlightenment about how difficult it is. Because it must be really difficult to try and balance your studies as well as your basketball. Um, what the challenges that you sort of met and had to overcome with that. So I imagine it's quite difficult trying to do your study as well as say come back for a flight from another college and having go to study next day. I think sometimes some people may go there a bit uninformed, but maybe I thought maybe you just sort of inform people about sort of the challenges and how hard you guys have to work when you're out there. So actually you've got to work quite hard to keep up with everything.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely hard work, balancing the two, but I think it's definitely doable. You just have to have the right mindset, of being willing to work hard at both and getting both done. I think once one starts slipping, then it doesn't help the other one at all, and it can turn out that both depleted. So I think for me, it's all about time management and being organized with schoolwork and basketball. So I think just for me, what I do is plan my week a lot. Whether it's like on a Sunday, planning my week, the week ahead, or even like on a daily basis, I'll just before I go to bed, I'll set out what I plan to do the next day. I think just little things like that make you stay on top of things and make sure stuff doesn't get forgotten about and things like that.
Yeah, sounds
So yeah, I think it's definitely doable. Yeah.
definitely. I'd say, for being you yourself, not only to level to you guys do, but it definitely it's the hard work balance trying to achieve as much as you can in that experience. So it's a short window you guys get to have that university career. I say thanks for coming on. Really appreciate your insights. Great to hear a bit about your success with GB and the Newcastle and obviously Princeton. I thought we'd just finish it on sort of your advice to people about what you've been doing to keep yourself busy during this time, maybe some workouts you've been doing or other activities you've been doing to try and keep yourself entertained. So it's an unusual circumstance we find ourselves in with having to stay in with the pandemic.
Yeah. So uh, I'm lucky enough to have a basketball hoop in my garden, so I get shots up and that kind of thing. And then our S&C staff are keeping us really busy with workouts, doing a really great job of sending us workouts of what we can do with what we have, which a lot of us isn't very much equipment wise. So yeah, staying on top of strength training, staying on top of conditioning, doing one or the other like every day out throughout the week, as well as the basketball. But obviously, not everyone has access to a hoop at this time. But yeah, pretty much that's it. A lot of stretching, a lot of yoga, staying on top of flexibility, that kind of stuff.
So I say it sounds like you keep yourself busy. I say it's quite unusual times for everyone. So I think it's good to try and find something to keep busy, and it's great that you've got those guys. Yes, see, coach giving you some exercise to keep busy. What's I think what to say? And you obviously tried to sort of keep up to that level because say none of us really know when the next season starts. So say it's great you got a hoop out and be able to practice. Uh,
Yeah.
what I say when you go back to America, what thing you're most looking forward to going back to? So something to look forward to.
Just playing, to be honest. Just competing with my teammates. Just definitely just getting back into the routine of practicing. yeah, just playing basketball, to be honest. Like obviously we are in a tough situation, and this wasn't the summer that we were probably all expecting, but we are. It is what it is at this time. So just fingers crossed. Things move forward from here, and yeah, we get to play basketball again soon.
Awesome. I say it's a really good perspective. It is what it is. We just manage it the best we can. I say thank you for coming on. I wish you all the best for next season. I look forward to seeing how you guys get on. Take care and stay safe for me. Goodbye and thank you for
Yeah,
coming on.
thanks for having me. See ya.